Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and I have week number 10 of season number 6 of the WPL. We, the Anistar City Aggrons, are currently sitting at 5-4, and we're going up against the San Diego Sneasels, who are currently sitting at 6-3. This match is really important. We pretty much have to win the rest of our matches if we want to guarantee a playoff spot. We can probably afford to lose one and still make it, but this one's a really big deciding match because Storm is currently sitting at 6-3. He's a match ahead of us, and he is one of the people who we are fighting for a playoff spot. So if we win at the big enough differential here, we'll actually be put ahead of him, so that's pretty great. But let's go ahead and get right into the matchup right here. We have a spit off Okaberry Ferrothorn, pretty much just designed to switch into the Kyurem Black. We can take an Ice Beam into Hidden Power Fire, even if he is max special attack, and with the Rocks up, we can actually KO that thing with the Gyro Ball. We have defensive Granbull right here, pretty much designed to switch into the Sneasel and the Mega Absol. We do have to be careful about a +1 Iron Tail, since that can be quite threatening. It's actually a roll to kill, so even though we are max HP, max defense. Other than that, we have a Flame Charge, 3 attacks, Expert Belt Embor right here. It's a great late game cleaner if we need it. Wild Charge does Oko the Arachnid. We do quite a bit to the Kyurem Black with Flare Blitz. Unfortunately, we didn't have space for fighting coverage since I did want Sucker Punch since he had potential Azelf on his squad, but of course he didn't bring that. Other than that, we have Life Orb, Adamant, Mana Swine right here. Pretty much after we get up rocks, it Okos the Sylveon no matter what, even if he has quite a bit of HP investment, and other than that, it can just tear holes through his team, which is great. We have what was this? Wakan Berry Manaphy right here, which is pretty much designed to take a Kyurem Bulk's Fusion Bolt. What we can do is switch in, take an Ice Beam, take an Earth Power, whatever it is, and if he goes for Fusion Bolt, we can take that, and we can kill him with 2 Dazzling Gleams, which is really great. And then finally, the Sash Webs lead Galvantula right here. I wasn't expecting to get up Webs, just because if he leads off with the Absol, we won't be getting up Webs. Obviously, we'll knock out the Absol with the Bug Buzz, because we will be in Swarm range, and Absol doesn't get any multi-hitting attacks to knock me out. So Galvantula has a really good match this week, but even if he doesn't break my Focus Sash, we can bring it against something later, like the Kyurem Black, and just use it to pick that off, so that's great. But let's go ahead and go right into the matchup right here. I'll lead off with my Galvantula as he leads off with the Buzzwole. This is great. He goes right for the Earthquake as I go for the Sticky Web, so I know he's Choice Scarf. I can sketch right out here into my defensive wall, which is my Granbull, and as you guys can see, we completely eat up that Earthquake, which is great, and we get Leftovers recovery. And here he makes a pretty interesting play. I'm not sure what he was expecting, because the 2 mobs that I was going to go against the Buzzwole, which were Fire Punch and Flare Off, also hit the Sneasel, so not sure what he was expecting right there, but we get rid of Sneasel, which is great. I guess it didn't really do that much since we had the Granbull and we had the M-Board, so makes sense that you might want to sack that off, but he could have gone like Sylveon or something. But anyway, he's going to decide to bring out his Arachnid right here, and this is pretty bad because I have to switch out into my Ferrothorn, as we actually take out that Poison Jab. I was not expecting Poison Jab, I was expecting Liquidation, and that actually would have done a decent amount, but he goes out into his Absol right here on rocks, and thankfully we managed to get them up since he is not Mega Evolved right now. So he goes for the Fire Blast, we eat up that Okaberry. That's pretty bad because now we can't switch into the Kyurem Black, but we get rid of that thing too, which is great. Now he goes back into the Buzzwole right here. Now, I have several plays. I can go back to Granbull just to eat up these attacks and start throwing off player offs. He could try to double out predicting that, but I just had to make the safe play anyway right here, as he does decide to double out into the Sylveon. This is not that bad because we can scout what set it is. I don't really have a switch in since our Okaberry is burnt right now, and he can just knock me out with Hyper Voice into HP Fire on my Ferrothorn, so I'll just go for Player Off. It does quite a bit. A second one would have knocked him out if he didn't have the Leftovers, as you guys are going to see right now. And I go for Player Off right here, just trying to get as much damage as I can, but he actually reveals the Wish right there, which is pretty bad because I kind of need to weaken this thing. So he goes for Protect. I could have switched out right there and tried to predict that, but I figured it wasn't worth it. My decision here was just to go right for the Taunt after this, which we did tech, pretty much just to prevent the Fortress from getting up rocks, but he can't Wish back up again. And we can go for Player Off right here, and we're out of range of another Hyper Voice, which is great. And depending on the roll right now, you guys saw that we did 47 the first time and 41 the second time. We can actually knock him out right here if we get a decent roll, but unfortunately we actually just missed, so he's just going to knock me out here with the Psyshock, which is great. I'm not sure what Psyshock was supposed to cover, maybe my Embor, but anyway, I decided to bring out my Embor right now. Pretty great late game cleaner at this point in the match. I just go for Flare Blitz on that thing, and I'll go for Flare Blitz one more time on the Buzzwole sack. This thing will definitely go down, despite its great physical bulk. So Flare Blitz is going to knock that thing out. Life Expert Belt Reckless Flare Blitz right there, going to do some work. He brings out the Arachnid. No way this thing is taking a Wild Charge right now. That's Expert Belt Reckless, so that thing goes right down. And I think he actually had no idea that I didn't have fighting coverage on my Embor right here, so he actually decides to sack off his entire team. It could have just saved him differential, but At the end of the day, it could have actually been clutch late game if you just saved this differential point and gone Kyurem first, but I think we would have won anyway, because as you're going to see right here, he actually does reveal to be Choice Scarf. Flare Blitz would have knocked him out had he not been Choice Scarf, so I just have to stay in right here. Goes for the Earth Power, and now I can just bring in my Ferrothorn. I know that thing is Scarf, so he just goes for the Earth Power, and I just knock him out with the Gyro Ball right there. So that's going to be a nice 4-0 win for us. That's really great heading into these last 2 weeks. We're currently sitting at 6-4 now, which is great. We're pretty much trying to late race with Texas Man Gaming, who we beat back in week number 4, and we are also still racing with Storm Plays. So we have 2 matches left in the season, and those are against Oscar, who we beat in week number 2 6-0 off of with our Manaphy, and then we faced Slaybait in week number 12, who we lost to in week 5. So if we win both of them, we guarantee our playoff spot. If we lose either of them, then it's going to come down to differential, and if we lose both, then we don't make playoffs. So that's kind of the scenario that we're looking at right now, but I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. If you guys are excited for the last 2 weeks of the season and potential playoffs, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Be sure to go ahead and check out Storm and down below in the description too. He recently started a new Pokemon channel, so his side of the battle will be up, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Later.